Yakshamash, my name is Jorat, cousin of Borat. I'm here to tell you about the subsequent movie film. Very nice, nice. This time, Borat take my niece to Sandeep in America to give my Pence gifts to be in strongman army of America's greatest president, Donald Trump. And Tutar is very nice. Viva viva, actor. Borat bring many stories of why America is excellent, and it shows you people who love their biggest president Trump and why he's so good. So many humans, and this time I even have a favorite Jew. Judith is my favorite Jew woman in the world. Yes, I said that I like a Jew woman. Okay, but I bring little sad news. This movie little less funny than Borat movie film, but still very nice. So you go make Jorat funny, tag friends and share this video and watch this spoiler review. Check it. I am Jorat and we continue the spoiler. Oh, I can't do this. I don't know how Sacha Cohen does this whole character thing non-stop. He literally stayed for 5 days with 2 people from the conspiracy theory group QAnon, or who believe in those conspiracy theories, in character during the lockdown. How do you do it, Sacha Cohen? You are insane. But let's get on to the movie one thing at a time. So the setup and the start is very scripted, and it accepts Borat 1 as canon and as real life thing, and the repercussions and consequences of what happened after that for Borat in his home country of Kazakhstan when he went back. There's a lot of scripted storytelling in this movie compared to the previous one. Yes, the previous one also had a setup going on, which is fine, but this one had a lot more. So lesser pranks, a lot more story. So expect that when you go into it. I just munched this. I do somewhere wish it was as organic as the first one. It was a little less organic, but I will not deny it. It was still very hilarious. And the sad part is that Borat is recognized everywhere. So there's a lot less of him and a lot more of his daughter, Tutar Saddev. The actress that plays it is this new actress called Maria Bakalova, and she is good. She's annoyingly good. She's fronting a lot of the jokes and a lot of the pranks and a lot of the setups, if I may call that. And she's annoyingly good. Like, she's irritating. So great job, and what a discovery there. One of the most memorable pranks with her is obviously the last one. Before that, there's one where she forces Jorat as his father to buy her a cake with a little baby on it, and then she swallows that baby, and then they go to a pastor at a emergency pregnancy clinic and ask him to remove the baby, and he thinks that it's an actual baby that they want to get aborted, but they actually just want to remove that toy baby. And Borat's like, I accidentally put it in her, I'm sorry. So those were some funny, very Borat 1 kind of crying that was. There's a babysitter who looks after the daughter, and the whole premise is that the daughter is being made ready to present to Mike Pence so that the president of Kazakhstan can be welcomed to Donald Trump's strongman club. It's funny to even talk about it. How does he keep a straight face? But yeah, that's the plot, right? The initial plan is to give a monkey to Mike Pence, who's it's as absurd as it sounds. The initial plan was to give a monkey to Mike Pence, but Borat's daughter gets into the crate with the monkey and eats the monkey on the way, and tada! It's now the plan has changed to give the daughter to Mike Pence and try and get into Donald Trump's strong club. Sure. So the whole setup is for that. So they take her for a debutante ball, and there's a whole dance about where she's showing off a fake period blood, of course, and scandalizing people. And then there's this part where they're taking her to a surgeon to get breast implants to make her more presentable to Mike Pence. And on the short of some money, so he goes to get some work done and puts her at a babysitter who's basically this beautiful lady called Janice Jones. They got a babysitter called Janice Jones, and there are some very heartwarming moments where she obviously shatters the perception that Tuta has been framed at home apparently, or been told by his father Borat that women can't drive, women can't think, women can't ask questions, women can't touch themselves, and all of those are getting shattered one by one, and she does it very nicely. Now, she looks like a real person who actually is a babysitter, but was it scripted? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they scripted parts leading onto it, but I was really happy with the moment. It looked really nice. Besides that, there was this other lady, Judith Din Evans. She happens to enter the picture when Borat feels extremely dejected and he's ready to kill himself, and he's like, I'm gonna go walk into a Jewish temple, and he goes in there and there's this lady there waiting to talk to him, and he's dressed in like absolute Jew stereotype. He's got this big nose and he's got like bat wings and he's got like claws, and we all know from Borat 1 as to how much Borat as a character is supposed to hate Jews. And just disclaimer, Borat played by Sacha Cohen is, I think, Jew, so he's making fun of like racial stereotypes and what all is going on. In fact, they even address fake news, because for the longest time there have been groups and theories that the Holocaust never happened, and they are propagated. Just finally Facebook and YouTube have started taking down these posts and theories so as to not disrespect the people who actually died in the Holocaust. So the lady that he meets in that synagogue, if I'm not mistaken, is Judith Dim Evans, and she is a Holocaust survivor. And Borat goes there feeling like his whole life was a lie, and he had seen a post about how the Holocaust never happened, and he's telling her that, and she's trying to explain to him how it did happen, and she was a survivor, and how some nuns saved her, and how she lost her family in that. And she was really sweet, despite all his get-up and costume that he'd done, and him trying to be offensive. But you could see he was being respectful at the same time. She was really nice and accepting. And sadly, Judith passed away a few months back, and now her family has sued the filmmakers, saying that they took her in, saying that they're gonna make a documentary, but now this was a joke and it's offensive, and they want to sue them and remove that part from the movie altogether. But the filmmakers say that they have footage of Sacha Baron Cohen breaking character and actually telling her that this was all part of a prank of sorts, for establishing the legitimacy of the Holocaust through the eyes of a non-believer. So, I don't know, whatever the story is, what actually happened, Judith was a beautiful soul. In fact, those were the two standout people, Judith and the babysitter who was Janice Jones. They were both so beautiful and empowering as individuals who didn't fall for the pranks that were set up for them. Besides that, there were a lot of other setups. Like there's this guy who teaches Borat how to use a smartphone. There's an influencer who teaches how she can be ready to be dating an older guy, and a lot of other people who just pass in and out, which is okay. But the main setup was the Mike Pence rally, which had happened in February, which Borat crashed. And to enter that rally, he entered in a KKK clan robe, sat in a bathroom for 5 hours, inflated his fat suit, dressed up as Donald Trump, and then picked up the actress Maria and barged into the rally only to be escorted by cops and all. Big trouble that was. But that scene happened way early into the movie, and I was like, oh, this is already done, so what's next? But basically that event is supposed to have been a failure, so that set up the next person, which is the long con, Rudy Giuliani, who's a former mayor of New York and Trump's legal advisor of sorts. And he is called into an interview, or set up for an interview with Tuta, and he's told that she is going to interview you about Trump being effective during the pandemic. The interview is going well, and somewhere she asks him to come in for a drink, and he goes in for a drink with her into the bedroom, and it starts getting a little inappropriate, and he's tucking his shirt lying down on the bed, and Borat barges in saying, no, she's too old for you, she's just 50. That man. And Rudy runs off with the security saying, I don't want her. And it looks very incriminating, the footage that's used in the movie, but Rudy put out a statement saying that I was not doing anything wrong, I didn't do anything inappropriate, I don't know what he's talking about, and if Sacha Baron Cohen says anything other than that, he's just a stone cold liar. That's the statement that he put out, to which Sacha Baron Cohen in character as Borat put out a video saying that yeah, he did nothing wrong. I mean, of course, who wouldn't? And you see what you see and all of that. So again, what truly happened? What was the setup? It looked incriminating as hell, and I don't know what Rudy Giuliani was thinking. And Borat even said that if Rudy thinks that this was appropriate behavior, then I don't even want to know what inappropriate behavior according to him is. And he's done the job, the movie's done the job. He wanted to release the movie before elections, so people are aware of exactly what they would be voting for or not. And I think it's done its job. It's out on Amazon Prime. If you haven't already seen it, please see it. It's fun. And then to sum up the entire movie towards the end, they show that Borat, Kazakhstan was taking revenge on the world, so they sent Borat with the infection and they started the coronavirus. And there's a very little cameo of Borat meeting Tom Hanks in Australia and coughing in front of him, and apparently that's how Tom Hanks got the COVID infection. It's so funny in some parts. I am genuinely so happy to see Borat back on screen. I wish lesser people recognize him so we could see more of him, because he ends up doing a lot of disguises through the movie when talking to people, because now they actually do recognize him, and who wouldn't? I mean, he came up here like, my name is Borat, and he'll be like, yeah, me fan. Anyway, so that's me, Xerxes, on this episode of Afrobawa Reviews of Borat Subsequent Moviefilm, delivery of Prodigious Bride to to American regime for making. I can't remember the name. I'm sorry, I forgot to write that down. Hope you had fun. If you liked the video, please drop in a like, subscribe, and comment and share this video, and let people know who they're putting into power this time again, if they do or not.